Good people. Another day, another mother sucking dollar. Shit. When I say I don't want to go in this place, I do not. But I'm going anyway. Ain't got nothing else to do. Um, I don't see why anybody. If you ain't got no job, why you sitting down? If you don't have no job, because it's a lot now. I don't do computer work and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be in my house typing on no computer. I'm not gonna do no customer service, none of that. I'm sorry. That'll drive me insane. So I get up and physically go work because I heard from an older person a long time ago, when you keep your body active, you'll never get old. So that's the reason why I'm 32 years old and I still be able to go outside and, get with my kids or whatever without stroking out, passing out, breaking a leg, a limb, or something like that. Anyway, um, oh Lord, how can I put this? So I went to the doggone store. Judge, I keep on talking to you because this is you not in this area, so you don't know what's going on. I go to the store, and when I say it was like five males in the store, out of the five, four of them was trying to talk to me and asked me who I talked to, and I'm sitting here like, why is it your business? I'm telling you, like, it don't matter what I say. It can say that I only have 2 views on the video. I guarantee you, out of them 2 people that watch me, they went and told 22 people. So it don't matter if they watch my page or not. They still know something. And folks is nosy. But guess what? They need to be nosy in the right thing because my business ain't none of their business. And honey, it's finna get cold outside. They need to be worried about their business and what they got going on. Some of these people ain't got no significant others. I'm talking about the females in the mix. Um, they need to be worrying about what they got going on and stop worrying about me. Because only thing that I'm worried about right now is the fact that judge. So when I was talking to my kids, I asked my son yesterday, did you take a bath? And he said, yeah, I took one Sunday. And I was just like, okay, baby, today's Monday. Um, you need to take a bath. And he was just like, well, now this is what my child said. Even though I do believe so, because, I know the father a lot more than y'all know him. He said, my daddy let us take a shower on Sundays. And I was like, okay, what about the rest of the week, son? And he was just like, well, sometimes I take a bath, sometimes I don't. Now, once again, that's the reason why I'm really particular about where my children are. And I'm very strict about routines. Every child of mine know, like anybody that know me, they know when my kids come through the door at 6 o'clock after they after school program, everybody comes straight in the house. They show me their homework, or if they have homework, they should already did it by now, or by that present time. Um, everybody has to come straight in my house and get school clothes ready. They should already have school clothes ready because I make them do it like 2 or 3 days in a row. So they would have, if you can understand where I'm coming from, they can have a uniform already ready. So the day that they're actually coming in the house to get another uniform is actually just replacing the uniform that they finna get ready to wear the next day. So, I already have like 2 or 3 uniforms prepared and ready. I used to do it for the week, but with 8 kids, I mean, all of them didn't go to school, but with 5 kids, well, eventually end up being 6 last year, but still 5 or 6 kids getting the whole week's worth of uniforms together, then trying to comb hair and all that on Sundays. Lord Judge, it was too much. It was too much. I mean, not too much that I couldn't handle because I've been doing it forever, but still. My children leave on Friday. They don't get home till 6 o'clock on Sunday. So I'm over here rushing to try to comb hair and make sure everybody eating, make sure everybody got what they need, but still. Everybody was taken care of and prepared and ready for Monday morning school, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for that matter, every day of the week. So that kind of rubbed me really the wrong way because I'm just like, so these people trying to make it seem like they doing a better job at being a parent to my children, but you don't care about my children taking a bath. Now that's one thing that my kids do very often, and I most likely I get in their behind if they don't do it because some my children, I can't say they lazy, but I have one child that has an iron deficiency like me, so every time she gets somewhere and she gets still, she'll probably go to sleep, and she was the problem. But that's okay because I used to wake her up in the morning, go ahead and get in that bath, baby, and get yourself ready for school. Not to mention, yesterday was Dayton's birthday, so I asked him did he enjoy his cake. And he had cake and ice cream, all the good stuff, and I was cool with it. I was just like, well, go brush your teeth. This boy told me he ain't had no toothbrush. First of all, I'm sitting here like, so what you been using to brush your teeth, son? I can't sit here and just like go off on him because he's a child. Like he's literally just turned 7, so he's a child. He can't do nothing about his situation. So he told me, well, my dad gives us gum in the morning to keep my breath stinking. I said he gives y'all gum. Like, boy, when I tell you, I almost lost my dog. Judge, you got to understand. I made sure my children take their bath, make sure they got their stuff situated for school, clean up their room. Everybody get your school clothes out, get your pajamas out. This is what I'm doing constantly, all day long when my kids get home. It's a never ending cycle. And to know that my children somewhere where they not taking no baths and they not brushing their teeth, but people want to care about, I can't even, I'm gonna leave that alone. Then I had an issue with my daughter. Not with my daughter, but I'm trying to figure out why a woman that's supposed to be trying to help these men raise my children, because I ain't trying to be funny, Judge. Between me and you, I don't need no help. I'm not finna tell these females thank you for some job that I was doing on my own without the assistance of the person that they helping. And that's for all of these men. I didn't use their help. I didn't need their assistance. Well, I could have used their assistance, but I didn't have it. So I had to go ahead and do what I had to do when it pertains to my kids. So at the other hand of the situation, I'm not finna be thanking no females for doing something for a man, because you got to understand, they not doing it for me. I was doing my own job as a mother. So now when the men that they end up being with end up taking over the whole role, now they have to help them men. It don't look bad on my part if you ask me, because everybody that I'm talking to, they was just like, well, then nobody decided to help you. Wasn't nobody helping you. And now they trying to make it seem like you can't do the job when you're not able to do the job at this present moment. And everybody want to make it seem like, well, I'm doing this for her. You ain't doing nothing for me. You're supposed to be doing it for the man that you're supposed to care about, because you actually care about him. You care about your child. But it's more so of what you doing for me. I don't even know most of y'all females. Or I can't say most of y'all. The two that I do know, I don't know y'all at all. Don't care to know you. Don't care not to know you. Judge, as you seen with the whole commotion outside in the waiting area, that's the reason why I care not to know folks. Yeah, and that's just how it is. But anywho, they want something out of me when you need to be looking at the man that you talking to, because baby, he's the one who put you in that predicament, not me. When I had my children, which was all of my children, these men wasn't doing nothing. Their girlfriends wasn't having to do nothing, because the children didn't even exist in their life for real, because they wasn't present in my children's life. Now, my oldest children, yeah, he would get them on the weekend, but Judge, my children was just over there. Like they were just over there, just running around. As his girlfriend, did I come over her house a couple of times and get in everybody's behind about that house and how nasty it was, and why folks was just sitting around not doing nothing. I'm talking about, seriously, it was nasty. And shoot, I think I even gave them, what was a mattress and the couch, because the house was not up to par at all. And I didn't want my children even being over there. It was cold, it was wet, it was nasty. So I understand the reason why they moved. But go look at the old history on Virginia Avenue and see how many police calls was actually made over there. Not that I made about my child to get my child, is what I said, to get my child. When the police were supposed to be going over there, previous to me getting arrested, I wanted my daughter. My child is not his at all. So that's what was supposed to be going on. So whatever he told the police officer why he didn't get my child or bring me my child home when he know that I asked for my child to come home, I don't know. That's for them to figure out. Now you already know. I do have 3 lawyers. A family lawyer. I got one for this doggone inheritance and all the rest of that. And then a criminal defense lawyer. Yeah, because all this criminal stuff that they try to put on my name, try to make it seem like I did something that I didn't do. I'm finna get my money back for all that. For the police harassing me for things that I shouldn't even been harassed for, putting me under. Yeah, I'm getting my money back for all that. It's not even about the money. It's just the fact that it should have never happened at all. They should have been doing their job and actually questioning people the way they were supposed to be questioning people. They should have been actually looking in more in depth to the motive behind whatever was going on. Because if they ain't never seen me and they ain't never heard of me or my doggone children, I have 8. You can't be in Chattanooga, born and raised in Chattanooga, and police officers not know who you are if you are a criminal or your children are even problem children. I know with some kids in elementary school that these police officers actually know by name. They don't know my kids. Don't nobody know my kids. And like Miss Lady said on the stand, they are great kids. Wonderful kids. Judge, I did see their report cards. Everybody is doing exactly what they supposed to be doing, even though Dason normally is a grade above level, but right now he's on grade level. That's okay. We're gonna work with it later on. My son, he's having issues writing paragraphs and essays and stuff like that. So I tried to help him along those lines yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but the other day. And we're gonna see how that works out because he got a C in ELA. And that I ain't really complaining too much about a C, but when your children don't bring home C's, I was a little bugged out about it. I'm just like, okay, so what you need to be working on? Because you sure don't need to be sitting around just watching TV all the time and yada yada yada. I don't really condone having after school activities or out of school activities unless their grades are up to par, because I don't want my children thinking that you're gonna get no football scholarship or nothing like that if your grades ain't up to par. If you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing academically, well, not academically, but if they not doing what they supposed to be doing, I don't want them to feel like they still gonna go somewhere just off of academics. Cause I'm just like, now, even if you get a full scholarship somewhere to a college, you still have to go to class. You still have to make certain grades in order to even stay on the team or in order to play. Got to keep that mentality in their head, because a lot of young people think just because you have certain skills with sports or something like that, then you gonna go somewhere. And it's a lot of folks that's over the age of 30 that can say what they used to do in high school and where they could have been, off the skills that they had in middle school and what they used to do back then, and they not doing it now because they didn't keep education, at the top of the list. They thought they was gonna go somewhere just off of, I want to say, looks and whatever else, but it don't work like that. Especially not, you got to have some type of education behind it or about yourself, whatever. So just talking about that. My 10-year-old daughter told me that her father's girlfriend helped her shave. 10 years old, y'all. This girl ain't got no doggone hair up on her arms. But my thing is, stop rushing a child to be more or older than they are. Like I told her, baby, being a young lady, it comes in stages. Should nobody have to tell you when to get up and wash your behind. She's a young girl, 10 years old. That means she need to be taking a bath. Every child's supposed to be taking a bath every day. I'm just going to put it out there. Every child need to be taking a bath every day. If you got a child that's like 2 or 3 years old, maybe, or 3 and younger, maybe every other day, because they babies and they probably ain't going to go nowhere. Now, if they go to daycare, please make sure these children behinds are clean. Make sure their ears are clean. All the rest of that. The only thing that I had an issue with is trying to find my children some socks, because they never had matching socks. I couldn't find no socks to save my doggone life. And it was times, Judge, where I didn't have a washing machine. I used to have to wash my children's clothes by hand in a bathtub as my ex-husband. Yep, not just my children's, but ours too. Hands used to be red. I'm talking about from wringing jeans and stuff out. Yep, and I hung them all up. See, what these people don't want to tell you is I'm not just a woman that got 8 kids. I've been a mother to my children, and I've been the same woman my whole life. No matter what I got to do, I'm going to take care of my kids. And that means take care of them properly, not appear to the world like they're being taken care of. Like I told you, my girl's hair is matted. Like, it's really, really bad at this present moment. That's the reason why I ain't worried about no sidebar females in the back talking about what my head look like, because I would be less than a woman to care about what my hair look like. My children look a mess. My kids ain't taking a proper bath every day. That's mentally very conflicting to me. That's mentally, it irritates my soul. Now, the last time I seen my youngest son, he was clean. He actually had his hair combed. The first time I seen him juvenile court, you can see them pictures. Child hair didn't look like it had been combed. Ain't nothing done to it. Nothing. Now, I'm not saying that they got to be up to part the same way that I would want them. But if I was doing it by myself, I do expect other people, they got a whole bunch of different hands helping them. I expect the job to be done. Since they can do it better than I can, I'm just being honest and just being frank about the situation, just blunt about it. I was in this home doing it by myself, one person, 8 kids. One household got two people in it with them 8 kids, not my 8 kids, but my 6 children and two other kids. One household got two people in it with one of my children and a whole bunch of others to help. Well, he just one, so it don't really take too much to make sure that he all right and situated. Um, my daughter, she got aunties. Well, she has 8 aunts. She has a uncle. She has a grandmother. She has her father. She has a great grandfather. Like all these people that surrounded my children. So when I say I don't feel the need to actually say thank you, because these people could have been helping out a long time ago, because it was just me, one person, taking care of all 8 of these children at one point in time. I had to surround my whole day around what's going on with my kids. If I need to go to the store, it didn't matter if I didn't get no sleep the night before because my child was up, and my youngest son, he would just be up to like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Seriously, just because. And you would have to be up to make sure that he kept his show on, because if his show went off, then he would just scream and holler and wake everybody in the house up. Now my other children had to go to sleep, so I had to work around his pattern. And then by the time everybody actually got ready to go to school, that's when my daughter would be alive. My 3-year-old. I'm talking about just ready to tear anything up, which they don't tear up stuff. I'm just saying she go in the kitchen and find her own snacks, her own muffins or whatever like that. I didn't have a time or have a chance to actually lay back down for a little minute, even though I probably had been up all night with my youngest son. Yeah. So I would have to get up and get her situated. Then trying to sit her down for a little minute and wait till he actually wake up. It was a window between 9 to 2, between 9 and 2. I was supposed to be getting up, cleaning up my whole house, washing clothes for my children that, threw their clothes in the floor or wherever else they threw them, from taking them off the night before. Me not knowing exactly what's clean and what's dirty in my boys' room because they mix up clothes often, very often. So I'm doing that. Then I got to figure out what's for dinner, as well as constantly changing behinds, making sure my children situated, trying to see if I can get them to lay down for a nap so I can take about an hour or two nap. Normally that didn't happen till almost 12 o'clock. Then I would try to lay down for an hour or two, but then realize that I need to get up and go to the grocery store to make sure that my children got everything they need for dinner. By the time my kids got home, well, Surreal used to get home at 2:30, but by the time my other children got home at 6, I'm supposed to already have dinner cooked and everything else. Judge, I used to be tired. When I say tired, I'm talking about dead dog tired. And then I end up picking up a job just so I can actually maintain and take care of my children. And that was even stressful because I was at work constantly texting the person that had my kids okay. Is everything okay? I don't like leaving my children with nobody. I don't trust people. I don't know what they got going on. I don't know where they're gonna have my kids. I don't know nothing. So yes, it wasn't easy for me just to go to work because I felt like I was picking a job over my kids or their safety. Not meaning like something terrible is gonna happen to them, but when you have to just place your children in a certain environment just so you can get the job done or make sure you are at work to be able to provide for them, as a mother, as a parent, most likely a mother, as a mother, that makes you feel like it's a struggle. It's an internal struggle. um you got to leave your children with folks you don't want to leave your children with just so you can be able to provide for your kids. That's something that I don't even think that we as women have yet to come to understanding with, because you don't want to leave your child with nobody. A real mother is going, nobody's going to take care of your child the way you going to take care of your child. So that was always a problem as well, and an issue as well. People don't strap your children up in car seats or whatever when they traveling with your kids. You don't know what they feeding your kids. You don't know what's going on, like all of that old extra stuff. But anyway, I used to be tired. I ain't gonna lie to you, Judge, real tired. Really, really tired. But I pushed through every day for my kids. every day, no matter what I had going on in my personal life. My kids didn't know because I was still here for them every day. So now I'm not saying thank you to somebody that's doing the job that I was perfectly doing myself without any help. Because these people have help. I didn't. Never have. Now, I ain't going to lie to you. Like I keep saying, my daughter's dad, he helped out a lot. It was times where my son's father just up and left, and my daughter's daddy would come by to help me out. And it wasn't even nothing major. Like, he would just watch my son for me, like watch all the kids. The only reason why he didn't come around is because the tension between him and my son's father, whatever the case may be, don't know, do not care. But I do know if I called, I didn't even have to say nothing was wrong. He would just come and he would sit with me. Not even with me. He would actually be here with my kids, not studying me at all. I would actually be able to get some sleep. I would wake up to some food being cooked in my kitchen that I didn't have to cook, Judge. I didn't have nobody to help me at all. These men was off living whatever life that they wanted to live and wasn't caring about the stress that I was taking on with not getting any help. They didn't care if their children was missing them or not. It was times where Mr. Wyatt just was um my son was running around the porch and I have bricks on my porch and he ended up hitting the corner, hitting his head in the corner, and I called his daddy multiple times to see if his dad can take him to the emergency room. Now I normally don't call after 8 o'clock, like just being respectful, because I feel like anything pertaining to my kids, after 8 o'clock, then it could probably wait till the next day unless it's an emergency. So I kept calling, never got an answer. That was the time that he didn't want me to know that he was dating someone else, but Judge, we had already split up, so I don't even know what that problem was. It was about him not answering the phone to take his child to the emergency room. It was about me not having no one to actually sit in my home to watch the rest of my children. So I stayed up all night to watch my son to make sure that he didn't have a concussion because I didn't want to take, and it was only 7 kids at the time, and I believe I was possibly pregnant. I'm not sure. All those children to the emergency room. Yeah, I don't have no one around me, no family that actually care enough to actually help unless it benefits them. So no, I ain't gonna lie to you, it was hard. But that's the job that I took on. And if I wasn't prepared mentally for it, then I probably would have did what any other woman would have done. But that'll never cross my mind. I was always raised, if you lay down and you create a child, you have that child. You parent that child. And that's just it. There's no in between at all. So if you want to know why I have so many children, well, mainly one reason because I was married to one that I had six by, and I couldn't, get my tubes tied. I think without his permission or something like that, and it was more of a legal situation. That's the reason why he ended up getting a vasectomy because I didn't want to have any more children, not by him. I've always wanted to have 10 children, Judge. So that's just what it is. But I didn't want to have any more children by him. And I was trying to find my way out of that marriage at that present moment. I told his mama that. Matter of fact, I think that was her last time actually coming and seeing us is when he had the vasectomy because she was there trying to help me out. But that's enough of that backstory. I'm finna get ready to go to work. Oh yeah, about them tarot card readings. You know they was trying to set me up and try to make it seem like I was paying these doggone people behind the scene to come up with a lie. Judge, whoever you need to conversate with to reach out to these people. These folks don't know me. My AKA my Aunt Mary, High Priestess Intuition, because I had an aunt named Mary, but she passed away. And I get tired of just saying High Priestess Intuition all the time. So I call her my Aunt Mary. She promoted one of my videos a long time ago. No, about 3 months ago or so, four maybe. That's it. That's all. She never seen to me. I don't even know if she watched my page no more, but we don't know each other, and I don't know the rest of these people at all. So I'm just telling you, if the story that they saying through them doggone cards actually resonate with my life and what's going on and what happened behind the scenes, then why would I not trust them? I'm still a little skeptical because I was born and raised a religious person, but from my understanding, spirituality is the closest thing that you can get to God, because you take all forms of religion and everything else out of the picture, and it's just a straight connection between you and God. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on out there. Cause after this, I probably won't be back. Cause I'm minding my business, Judge. In this house, I'm working, taking care of my kids. Well, not taking care of them, but calling them, talking to them whenever I need me, and minding my business. And I'm tired of everybody else minding my business. So, you know, logically speaking, if you don't want nobody minding your business, then stop telling all your doggone business. And that's exactly what I'm gonna not do. Okay. So that's that on that. Um, Anyway, I hope everybody have a great Tuesday. I hope y'all have a great week. I have a lot of good things in store for me this week. So y'all will see it. I ain't gonna tell you about it. I'm gonna keep my blessings quiet until it happens.